Hello everyone, welcome to another showcase on Warframe. Today's item, the Lanka. Sniper rifle. Pretty easy to acquire too, providing you have a clan with you. Charge of one, in one, you'll get it. This weapon's a bit different. It's a purely elemental weapon, doing only electricity. It boasts 100 accuracy, the fire rate is only 1 shot per second, which you'll see what I mean soon enough, and the critical chance is plenty high enough, as it goes for almost all sniper rifles. Critical multiplier is 2.0, which is good, but then we see charge rate. Yep, this is the only sniper rifle to have a charge. So you just hold on the trigger and let go when it's fully charged. Anyhow, moving on from that, we got the status, which is 25%. So, good stats and good critical. You can choose either or to go with. Not to mention it's 10 shots in the magazine, which is the largest magazine of all the sniper rifles. And reload's also 2.0, so yes. Now, you might think, wait, doesn't it look like Snipertron? You're right, they have the exact same texture and look. However, the Snipertron is discontinued, and we'll talk about that another day. It's a better sniper rifle, I can at least tell you that much, so don't worry. So, you find this in your energy lab, inside your dojo, and near the bottom row, you'll find the Lanka. Now, it takes quite a bit of resources. It takes a bunch of credits, 5 Feldron, and 20 Gallium. Wow. That's a lot of Gallium. That's a lot. I don't really think it's worth it for 20 Gallium, but whatever. Plus a bitch of ally plate, which, if you're me, you have too much of, and of course a Forma, since it comes from the dojo. So in all, it's a pretty hefty with all that Gallium. You'll spend a lot of your Gallium on that alone. So yes, is it worth it though? Well, my initial answer is going to be no, but bear with me. It's not a horrible weapon. So, we got 3 levels of zoom in. Every time you zoom in, you get a better critical chance. When it's fully zoomed in, at times 12, 05 means 50%. So don't think that's a very small number. That is 50%. So take whatever you have now, and dial it up, you know, fill 50% up. So on the base stat, you would have 25, it goes to 50, well, pretty much that, and you got roughly 38. My math's not very great, but you get the idea. So there, we can see that we can easily lay out opponents, and this weapon's actually, even though it said alarming, it's actually silent. So, and you can also see the projectile speed's not that great either. So yes, it is a plasma bolt, so shooting it, its projection is not actually that quick. And another problem, with 3 levels of zoom, like most sniper rifles, this weapon's hard to use in active combat. You gotta take a back seat, unless you only want to use the one scope. Another annoying thing, that charge up. If you want to sprint, you can't hold a charge. Oh, another annoying little thing, isn't it? And the from the waist, like most sniper rifles, is not really reliable. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you don't. So it's always best to use the scope, which means it's difficult to use in close quarters. Like, so you'll get most of your shots off, but of course there'll be that one time where you lined up the shot perfectly and it misses near point blank. It's unreliable. So, and yeah, it's an 8 punch through 5 meters, but 5 meters isn't that great as you've seen there. So yes, a lot of the corpus enemies do use this, like the nullifiers, so they must charge up their shots as well. Use the information what you will. So in all, it's a really mixed bag sniper rifle. You got some strong points, some weak points. So I'll only taking this weapon to level 30 in test. But my level 30 is a bit get the idea here. So, I did put a serration, but I didn't bother with split chamber. Why? I get more damage by adding high voltage and a point strike to complement the already existing critical build. Now, with 50% of that, I can almost push red crits. If I put a critical delay on this, and did fully zoomed in, I could do a red crit with this weapon. It's one of the very few weapons you could do a red crit with, naturally. So yes. But, however, for this test, I will not be doing that. Plus the red crit will be only around the 10% mark. So, with a bit of status and the critical build, we'll see how well this does. First opponent will be some Grineer. I'll test him against all 3 categories, even though Grineer are not weak against electricity. We'll dial him up to level 50. So yes, even though I'm taking this only to level 30 with no Forma, I could do a level 50, well, take on level 50s. This weapon is not weak. You can see there, I am popping him 1 shot in the head. It is not weak. It's all the small things that hold it back. But we can see a fully charged shot doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. but you gotta make sure you can hit the head, or otherwise you won't kill the Grineer. So you can see dramatic difference, only 800, 900 damage, and then 3,000 for a head, headshot area, fully charged up. So you gotta aim for the head, and you gotta fully charge those shots. So if you miss like I did just then, you can only see 700, well, 1,700, and that time it had 9,000. So you can get the idea. It works against Grineer, level 50. However, Corpus is where it ranges the best. They are weak against electricity. Very much so. We're going to take 5 of them to get my point across. We'll check them up to level 60. So, I want to do this very long. Let's see. One shot didn't quite kill him. We'll have the second shot. No? How about 30 charged? There we go. Electricity struck. They're all down. That's the beauty of electricity. Against the Corpus. Now also against Infestation. I was thinking about taking Chargers, but then like, no. I won't be able to hit them. Not with a sniper rifle. So we'll take 4 Ancients, and we'll down back to level 55. Against the Ancients, this weapon does surprisingly very good. It did a lot more damage than I thought. I was only expecting the usual damage as I did the first few shots, but as soon as I did these shots, you could see, oh don't worry, I'll replay them, but I'm doing over 20,000 damage. That is weird. Very unexpected. Let's see it again. So here's my shot, fully charged up. I'm not sure why I did 26 damage, or 26,000 to these enemies. I looked up in the Codex, they're not weak against electricity. Not really sure, but you have that information, do what you will with it. Okay, moving on to the pros and cons of Lanka. The pros, this weapon has a very high damage output. It has a very good critical chance and damage. It also has a very good status chance as well. And it has the largest magazine of all the sniper rifles at 10 shots. Alright. Moving on to the cons, however. Each shot must be charged. Only does electricity damage. And pretty much with the idea of 3 scopes is not that great. Too many scopes, because managing 3 scopes is a real pain in the ass in battle. And too much gallium to build the thing. Way too much gallium. Alright. Now we're done with the pros and cons. Move on to score with the Lanka. Damage gets 8 out of 10. It did very good in the damage department. If I could go with a level 30 build and hit 35,000 on an enemy, that's pretty damn good. It could be a lot more powerful. I did put effort into it, but it's just everything else. Accuracy though is 6 out of 10. It's perfect down with a scope. I wouldn't fire without the scope. Design-wise, a 3 out of 10. The charge and electricity only is a really bad combo here. Really bad. It's a tedious thing to use. Ammo though, I have plenty of ammo, so I'll give it 7 out of 10. You got 80 shots. You'll pick up ammo in between then. Misc though, 2 out of 10. With it looking identical to another existing weapon, and it takes 20 gallium to build, that's pretty bad. So in total, the Lanka gets 26 out of 50, which is good, all because of that damage it outputs. That's the only saving grace of this weapon. But still, there's worse weapons out there. This is just worse sniper rifle in hindsight. But wait, there's more! There's something neat little trick. If you take Ivara and use her navigator ability, you can control these shots. They're not steel projectile, not bullets. So you can take these shots and actually control where they're going. Very difficult to do, but you can do it. Very neat. I only learned this after the fact of getting my footage. So you can take this and just look around with your bullet. Neat. Anyway, on to the next section. Okay, in terms of future build, I can see people actually wanting to build this weapon. It's truly powerful. And it's maybe a challenge to use, but some people out there must love this, I have no doubt. So, if you wish to build this further, and you're curious about it, you'll definitely need Speed Trigger. Speed Trigger will reduce the charge time, making this more tolerable to use. You'll also want the various elemental status mods. You want all of them. This weapon will do excellent with that. Critical Delay I wanted to throw on there, and I don't have Split Chamber on there, so I'm also throw the here as well. What else? Yeah, it already has the innate punch through, so you don't need anything like that. But I don't think there's really too much else you could do with this. At the end of all that, you could probably put on that Auger Strike. Yeah, Auger Strike would do well with this weapon. Increase the critical chance, easy red crits. But anyway, was it really worth this though? As for the Judgment, this weapon I am so much on the fence with. But I'm going to choose, in my personal opinion, no. I don't find it worth it personally. With so many other sniper rifles that you don't have to charge up the shots and they're not just elemental. That's why. That is the only reason why, though. But that's my opinion. And that's been Showcase for today. I thank everyone here for watching, and see you guys next time. Take care out there. Want to see a particular weapon here on Showcase? Leave a comment down below. It'll be next weapon I choose. I'd like to thank you again for watching, but before you go though, keep in mind that Durandal does have a community page on the PS4. And we have a Twitter hold as well, at st@ClanDurandal. ST with capital letters. But anyway, we thank you again for watching, and take care out there.